Well, good morning and to all of you, and thank you for having me here this morning to share with you my thoughts on how to build a stronger business community, to create more jobs and generate more opportunities for growth and prosperity and surprise. I also want to thank my colleagues here for joining me here today. You are a very, very important part of this city, and the teamwork that we build together is critical to make a difference for the city of Surprise. And so I really appreciate you being here this morning. Also, I want to thank you, David, and all members of the Chamber for all that you do to build our community, of business. You are critical, and so we are very, very grateful for all that you have done. Let me begin by saying happy birthday, Arizona. What an exciting challenge it is to be at the frontier of our state's second century. The opportunities are only as limited as our imagination. Fresh off the campaign and just over a month on the job, I can tell you from the inside that we have a lot of work to do. As I suspected, having previously served on the City Council and talking with so many of you on the campaign trail last year. Indeed, we had countless conversations about how to improve our economy. We traded ideas and debated the best direction for the city. We covered job creation, impact fees, bond ratings, and the need for a charter commission. But I have to admit to you this morning, there is one big issue that I kept hearing over and over again on the campaign trail, but one that never quite managed to get the attention of some of the other challenges facing our city. It was, however, a problem that, if not addressed immediately upon my election as mayor, could leave you all steaming mad and shivering with anger towards City Hall. That issue, that we charge a fee to inspect your new water heater. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you this morning to report what some of you may already know. Your City Council has taken action. Swift action. Yes, we not only cut, we totally eliminated the $174 fee to inspect your plumber's work. And we did it in just 2 weeks into the new year. I don't have to tell you the impact of eliminating that fee on business and safety in our community. I believe it will result in the sale of more water heaters from stores in Surprise, and thus more sales tax revenue to benefit streets, public safety, parks, and libraries. I believe it will make neighborhoods safer because now homeowners can get a safety inspection without worrying about paying the city fee. And I believe it sets a welcome precedent for what is possible on behalf of the citizens when the mayor and council work together in the taxpayer's interest. I dedicated much of my campaign to the subject of government reform. The water heater fee, although never a campaign issue, is a perfect example of that effort. Communities, business, and workers do not exist for the benefit of government. You do not raid your savings to start a business, pay taxes from your income to find little left over for a family vacation, or suffer impossible fees to pad and grow bureaucratic programs. Rather, government exists to facilitate the needs of its employers, its residents, and its taxpayers. And so it goes with the water heater fee. It made no sense, and it's gone. Beyond water heater inspection fees, we have some pretty big challenges on our plate here in Surprise. But I believe now, as I did campaigning last year, that they can be overcome. If we want to grow our economy, create new opportunities for existing and future businesses, and create jobs for our residents, the first priority must be getting the city's fiscal house in order. We have to repair the damage done to our bond ratings and our credibility by owning the mistakes of past administrations. We have spoken often about the problem of misdirected impact fee funds and are working to understand what unreported challenges remain to be addressed. We cannot get better We cannot improve our community. We cannot realize our potential as a city unless we get this chapter behind us. And I believe we are close to knowing the rest of the story. It won't be good news, but it's better than sticking our head in the sand, somehow hoping the whole mess will just go away. And I promise to update you as soon as possible on this very important topic. Of course, while this is going on, we can and have already begun to set a course for a more proactive approach to business in Surprise. If the stories from the campaign trail are any indication, there's definitely room for improvement. I was not very happy as a candidate to hear from a large national business operating in Surprise that it has been forced to add $5,000 to the cost of its product just to cover the added expense in unexpected fees and delays that come from City Hall. Likewise, I was displeased to hear from another entrepreneur who lives in Surprise that he was forced to open his business in Goodyear because he was finding too many roadblocks in his own hometown. Clearly, we need to do better, especially towards small business, and we will. With the unemployment rate finally showing signs of at least a weak pulse and job creation totals you can still count on one hand, we will embark on a fresh look at our regulations and relations with entrepreneurs who have the courage to open their doors or expand their businesses in this still floundering economy. We will soon launch a business roundtable to create an ongoing dialogue with the business community. Businesses of all shapes and sizes need more direct access to the decision makers at City Hall. They need to know they can raise concerns to their mayor or council member without having to worry about an overreaction. This roundtable will create relationships that create opportunities, not misunderstandings. I also want to launch the city top-down review of all city business permits, approvals, policies, and fees with the goal of cutting red tape and clearing the path for companies of all sizes to create jobs in Surprise. Businesses should be focused on growth and job creation, not bureaucratic paperwork, unreasonable fees, or flawed policies. As a candidate, I committed to helping employers deal with their bureaucracy and find a way to assign an in-house personal business advocate to facilitate the permits and approvals they need to create more jobs in the city. The development of that process is already in the works. These advocates' sole purpose would be to keep the process moving for businesses that want to create new jobs in our community. Our paperwork should not stand in the way of our ability to create jobs. Finally, we must agree to a regular review of city-managed impact fee programs funded by businesses to guide a plan for restoring the funds depleted by the mishandling of impact fee dollars, and to make sure our approach is adequate, fair, and supportive of commercial and retail development efforts across the city. We endeavor to update our impact fee program in a manner that is consistent with the economic recovery of the city of Surprise. There is no good excuse for our city government to treat businesses the way they have been treated. There are a million good reasons why we must take urgent steps to change City Hall's attitude toward those who want to create precious jobs in this troubled economy. Now, don't get me wrong. There have been some exciting successes with new employers like Brentwood Industries, Rio Glass Solar, and Gestamp Solar Steel. They each bring good and much-needed jobs to our community, and we are thrilled to have them. To complement their decision to locate here, I also want to make sure small businesses thrive in Surprise. We all can agree on the tremendous impact of a dozen or 24 new small businesses here in Surprise on our jobs, our morale, our reputation as a place to plant your business flag. The point is, we need to make sure we keep small business growth in our sights while we pursue the big employers, because diversity in our business community will help us weather future economic slowdowns. In closing, let me say that I'm excited to be your mayor, And even though the last 6 weeks have been a blur, I can't wait for each new day at work. This is the best job I have ever had. Surprise has its challenges, but surprise also has big opportunities. I hope all of you, the employers, the wealth generators, the leaders in our community, will join with me and the members of your city council to quickly tackle the obstacles so we can get on with the winning this race out of the recession and on to the finish line of economic prosperity. Thank you so much.